Hey everyone, I just wanted to come on and say hi the day before Thanksgiving. So a lot of people will be getting together with family, and it can be a very emotional time for sure. So I thought a good subject to talk about today would be personal power. What is it? How do you manifest it, and how do you lose it? Good questions, right? So if you're the type of person that looks at life as happening to you opposed to happening for you, you can tend to feel like you are the victim of circumstance, which is a disempowering place to be, for sure. So what are the factors that contribute to losing your sense of empowerment? So it can be various things. So anything that you are attached to or connected to, and this can be relationships with people, it can be different belief systems, it can be your family structure, your family patterning, what place you hold in the family, whether you're the golden child or the scapegoat, or all of those labels and identities that get placed upon us by our family. So it makes it very difficult to tune into what is truly our knowing and our spirit. So if you tend to be someone who acquiesces a lot, in other words, you say yes when you mean no, just to keep the peace or to not get into a conflict, and you tend to be a people pleaser, where you put others' comfort or others' well-being ahead of your own. You sacrifice your own desires, your own well-being for the sake of others. And this happens a lot in families, for sure. Particularly mothers, I think, are very self-sacrificing, a lot to an over degree, for sure. It's the nature of the role, correct? Right? So in order to regain or step into more empowerment and get your personal power back, you have to start looking at what is influencing you in your life, your attachments to different people and structures. And there are ways to detach when you're ready, and there are ways to reclaim what you've lost. So when you put others ahead of yourself, you're kind of diminishing. Every time you do that, you're diminishing your ability to be strong in who you are. So I've found over the course of my life that these attachments, particularly with family, can be very disempowering. In other words, if you're always looking for, you know, the other person to have their, like, you might not even realize that you're doing it, you know, that you're giving up your power and your desires. You're looking at that other person as more important than you. And so little by little, you chip away at your own self-worth and your own self-esteem. And when you start to figure these things out, it's time to step back, reevaluate, take some time. Really, in order to grow, you really need solitude. You need to have space and time to feel your feelings and to connect with your spirit, your soul, your higher guidance. The more time that you spend with others, even if it's positive, the more time you are not in touch with yourself. So it is highly beneficial to spend time alone, meditating, you know, journaling, doing things that really help you to focus on what's truly in your heart. So it's very important to do these things if you want to grow in personal power. If you're the type of person that has a hard time being alone and you always need to be around people, that is a big sign. That's a big sign that you are disconnected. You are not in touch with your higher guidance. And a lot of times what that means is that you have a lot of core wounds, childhood wounding, that you have not been willing to look at. That's the main thing that keeps you disconnected and attached to others. And so all of that can be healed. And I have done this work on myself for years, and now I'm helping others to find their power again. There are tools and things you can do to get clear on who you are and tap into your higher self, your guidance, your spirit. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about today. And sometimes you get a little lost in the process. You can get very lost and lose yourself when you are under the influence of a lot of different things that cloud your view. Like I mentioned, you know, the family structure is a big one, religion, any type of belief structure, any type of attachments. Yeah. So I do teach people how to do this and how to reclaim their power and get back their sense of self. And it's a process. It doesn't happen fast or easy. But when you're ready for soul development, it's the thing that is required. And yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say today. Yeah, it's the road to authenticity, to autonomy, to soul actualization. Yeah. So if you'd like any assistance or if you have any questions, just feel free to drop a comment below and at least give me a heart or a thumbs up, and I would appreciate it. And I'll talk to you again later. I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, even if it's with friends and not family, or by yourself, or whatever you do for Thanksgiving. There's always something that you can find to be thankful for. Sometimes there's a lot more peace when it's not family. So whatever you choose to do, I hope it's a happy day, and get out and enjoy some sunshine. All right, sending my love and hugs, and I will talk to you all later.